any kind of information on our social media account that would maybe be sensitive as far as good morning shooters. Although you don't know that that's going to be sensitive until something happens. So just be aware of that.
I think the bottom line is keep it as a conversation and be on top of things and don't just have a broadcast. No one wants your broadcast. People want to talk with you and interact with you. And that's why it's called social media. It's not just called media. It's not broadcast media. It's social media, and you want to stay social on it.
Speaking of that interaction, we are always happy to take topic suggestions. We're happy to answer your entrepreneurial questions. You can reach me at David Hooper on Twitter, one word, and Laurel Staples is at Laurel Staples.
All right, number 5 here is recognize specific fans, listeners, readers, pull people out of the crowd, people that are interacting with you a lot, that like your content, that keep up to date with you. Recognize those people, make those people special because they are interacting with you, and that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, think about how that would feel if the person that you really love, let's say you love Stephen King, the horror writer, and you're posting something about Stephen King, and you're sending him Twitter messages. How would that feel if he wrote you back or if he posted something publicly and gave you acknowledgement? Your fans will feel the same way. So the more you can do that, the better relationship you're going to have with them. It's absolutely huge. It's not just on Twitter. It's on Facebook, any kind of social media that you use. It works like gangbusters.
I mean, you could even recognize people outside of social media. I think social media is enough if that's your main interaction. But I had a girl following me on social media, or a woman, I should say, following me on social media for a while. And I got on the phone with her for a 15-minute chat one time, and she could not have been happier. She's like, I can't believe that I'm actually talking to you. You know, this is so great. And, you know, it's just really great to make that connection and take it to the next level with somebody who is a fan who you can add value to. So don't think you have to keep it to social media if you don't want to.
Yeah, isn't that weird? But I see how it happens because you're in your little tiny room connected to the internet via your computer and you're blogging or you're podcasting or you're doing whatever you're doing. But it's just you. And that's that nameless facelessness that we're talking about. You don't know who this is going out to, but it is going out to real people. And I think this is a great example that showcases that. There are other people on the other end and they want to hear from you. So when you acknowledge them, that's massive. Number 6, this is one that you definitely do on your blog at gofireyourself.com. Push the edge. And I say it's okay to piss some people off. We opened this episode talking about Jehovah's Witnesses. Now that can be construed in a lot of ways. Some people are going to be agitated. They're going to think that we're making fun of these guys, which I am not. And some people are going to email me or Twitter me, and they're going to say, you know, those folks aren't Christian. They're the devil. You're going to agitate them. You're going to piss somebody off regardless of what you do. So do it.
You say push the edge, but I think of it more like be you and be a really engaged, interesting version of you. So if you're not someone who ever pushes the boundaries, don't go on social media and try to piss people off. That's not the goal. But if you're someone who's already edgy or already opinionated, whatever that looks like for you, be you on social media. And it's going to piss some people off to be you because not everyone's going to agree with you. But if you're you and you put it out there, you're going to connect with, quote, your tribe out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's be very, very clear on that, Laurel. We are not saying that you need to go out and try to agitate people. We don't want you to try to piss them off. We don't want you to try to cause controversy. That is kind of contrived. What we're saying is to be yourself. Yes, some people are going to be agitated, but that's not the specific purpose. It's just something that happens. And when it happens, it's okay.
There are a lot of people out there who just kind of have corporate speak. You know, they get on social media or in any other content producing platform, and they just try to be like really polished and really corporate and stay within the safe boundaries. And that's just not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
You're going to come off like the robot and no one's going to connect with you. So be you. If that pushes the boundaries, pisses people off, so what? Just like be you, put it out there and be okay with it.
You don't need to have the legal department review every single tweet that you put out.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's way too slow for social media. So let's review this. Number one, speak to an individual. You're talking to one person, not a nameless, faceless crowd. Speak in words like you, and you, instead of saying my audience or podcasting land or whatever the equivalent of that is. You is the word you should use. Number two, keep it short. Get to the point. Don't tell me about the labor pains. Give me the baby. Get to the point. You need to land that plane. Do it. Number three, mix it up. Photos, videos, text, audio. Different people learn in different types of ways, so branch out a little bit. If you're used to doing just text messages, throw in some photos, throw in some videos, and vice versa. Don't just do videos, throw in some text, throw in some images sometimes. Number four, don't be a robot. Be human. Don't be afraid to get out there with some imperfections and absolutely respond to people and do it in a timely manner. Don't program everything where you're just broadcasting. Number five, recognize specific fans, followers, and readers. People feel good when you do this, so give them that little hit. Reach down from the cloud of podcasting or blogging or wherever it is that you are, down to the little people, and recognize them. Number four, don't be afraid to push the edge. It's okay to agitate some people. Some people are going to be agitated regardless of what you are doing. And we're not saying, again, go and do that on purpose. Just be yourself and let the chips fall where they fall. Laurel, we're open for topic suggestions. I think we need to mention that before we wrap up.
Oh, yeah. We love to answer questions or talk about specific topics that are impacting you. We like to be on the ball.
So if you want to see the humanity, the non-robotness of me and Laurel, you can reach out to us individually. On Twitter, I'm David Hooper. Laurel is Laurel Staples on Twitter. We also have a Red Podcast account, which is theredpodcast.com. If you just want general information and updates from us there, we're happy to answer questions on any of those accounts and take topic suggestions. Where are we available now, Laurel? We're basically available everywhere podcasts are. We're available on iHeartRadio. We're on Stitcher. We're on Spreaker. We're also available on iTunes. So if you have an iTunes account, you can search for Red Podcast on there. Subscribe to us. And while you're there, we'd appreciate if you would leave a rating and a review. That helps people find us in iTunes, helps us to continue to spread this message of real entrepreneur development. This was part one of two, special two-part episode on how to dominate social media. We've got more techniques that you can use on episode number 40, which will be available at redpodcast.com/40. Laurel, thanks for being here. We'll see you on episode number 2 of How to Dominate Social Media next time.
You've been listening to Red Podcast, Real Entrepreneur Development. Subscribe today using iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS at redpodcast.com.